Your mind is your most precious asset. It's the command center of your entire existence. But let me tell you something profound today. Many of you are slowly destroying this incredible gift without even realizing it. You see, in this fast-paced world we live in, we've adopted habits that are eating away at our mental capacity, dimming our brilliance, and robbing us of our true potential. Today, I want to shine a light on 7 destructive habits that are wreaking havoc on your brain. And more importantly, I want to empower you with the knowledge to reclaim your mental power and unlock the extraordinary life you were destined to live. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like your mind isn't as sharp as it used to be? Do you struggle to focus, to remember important details, or to come up with creative solutions to problems? If so, you're not alone. Millions of people around the world are experiencing the same challenges. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. You have the power to change. You have the ability to rewire your brain, to break free from these destructive habits, and to unleash the full potential of your mind. But first, we need to identify the enemy. We need to understand what's holding us back. So let's dive into these 7 habits that are destroying your brain. And as we go through each one, I want you to be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, am I guilty of this? Because awareness is the first step towards transformation. Habit 1, chronic sleep deprivation. Sleep isn't a luxury, my friends. It's a necessity. It's as vital to your survival as food and water. Yet in our modern society, we've somehow convinced ourselves that sleep is expendable. We wear our sleepless nights like badges of honor, bragging about how little rest we get as if it's a measure of our productivity or worth. But let me tell you something. This habit is destroying your brain. When you consistently deprive yourself of sleep, you're not just feeling tired. You're actively damaging your cognitive function. Your ability to focus diminishes. Your memory suffers. Your creativity dwindles. And over time, chronic sleep deprivation can lead to serious mental health issues and even increase your risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases. Think about it this way. Sleep is your brain's time to clean house. It's when your neural pathways are strengthened, when toxins are flushed out, and when memories are consolidated. When you rob yourself of this crucial process, you're essentially leaving your brain in a state of chaos. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but I'm so busy, I have so much to do, I can't afford to sleep more. To that I say, you can't afford not to. Your productivity, your effectiveness, your very success in life depends on a well-rested, fully functioning brain. So I challenge you today to make sleep a priority. Commit to getting 7-9 hours of quality sleep each night. Create a bedtime routine that helps you wind down. Turn off those screens at least an hour before bed. Make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary. Cool, dark, and quiet. Remember, every hour of sleep is an investment in your mental capital. It's a deposit in the bank of your cognitive function. And trust me, the returns on this investment are astronomical. Habit 2, chronic stress and worry. Now, let's talk about a silent killer that's ravaging minds across the globe. Chronic stress and worry. In a high-pressure world, many of us have normalized a state of constant anxiety. We're always on edge, always anticipating the next crisis, always preparing for the worst. But here's the harsh truth. This perpetual state of stress is like acid to your brain. It's corroding your neural pathways, shrinking key areas of your brain, and impairing your cognitive function. When you're constantly stressed, your body is flooded with cortisol, the stress hormone. In small doses, cortisol can be beneficial. It keeps you alert and ready to face challenges. But when it's constantly presenting you, chronic stress can lead to memory problems, difficulty concentrating, and even depression. It can accelerate the aging process of your brain, making you more susceptible to cognitive decline as you get older. But it doesn't stop there. Chronic worry, that incessant mental chatter that keeps you up at night, is equally destructive. It's like running a marathon in your mind, exhausting your mental resources without actually solving any problems. So, how do we break free from this cycle of stress and worry? It starts with a fundamental shift in perspective. You need to realize that most of what you worry about never actually happens. And even when challenges do arise, worrying about them beforehand doesn't make you any more prepared to handle. Instead, I want you to start practicing mindfulness. Learn to live in the present moment. When you find your mind wandering to anxious thoughts about the future, gently bring it back to the here and now. Focus on your breath, on the sensations in your body, on the world around you. Develop a daily meditation practice. Even just 10 minutes a day can make a profound difference in reducing stress and calming your mind. And don't underestimate the power of physical exercise in managing stress. Regular physical activity is like a natural antidepressant for your brain. Remember, stress is not something that happens to you. It's how you respond to what happens. You have the power to choose your response. You have the ability to remain calm in the face of life's storms. So, starting today, make a commitment to manage your stress. Prioritize relaxation and self-care. Learn to let go of what you can control. And most importantly, train your mind to focus on solutions rather than problems. Habit 3, poor nutrition. Now let's talk about something that's literally feeding the destruction of your brain. Poor nutrition. You heard the saying, you are what you eat. Well, when it comes to your brain, this couldn't be more true. Your brain is the most energy-hungry organ in your body. It consumes about 20 of your daily calories, despite only accounting for about 2 of your body weight. So what you put on your plate has a direct impact on your cognitive function. Yet, in our fast-paced world, we've fallen into the trap of convenient processed foods. We grab whatever's quick and easy, often sacrificing nutrition for speed. But let me tell you, this habit is starving your brain of the nutrients it needs to thrive. Processed foods, high in sugar and unhealthy fats, can lead to inflammation in the brain. This inflammation can impair cognitive function, reduce your ability to focus, and even contribute to mood disorders like depression and anxiety. Moreover, a diet lacking in essential nutrients can accelerate brain aging and increase your risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Your brain needs a complex array of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to function optimally. When you deprive it of these crucial nutrients, you're essentially forcing it to operate in a state of deficiency. So, what's the solution? It's time to start treating your diet as brain fuel. Focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods. Incorporate plenty of fruits and vegetables, which are packed with antioxidants that protect your brain cells from damage. Make sure you're getting enough omega-3 fatty acids, which are crucial for brain health. You can find these in fatty fish, walnuts, and flax seeds. Don't shy away from healthy fats. Your brain is made up of about 60 fat, and it needs a steady supply to function properly. Hydration is also key. Your brain is about 75 water, and even mild dehydration can impair cognitive function. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water throughout the day. And here's a powerful tip. Start your day with a brain-boosting breakfast. Include foods like eggs rich in choline for memory, berries packed with antioxidants, and whole grains for steady energy. This will set the tone for a day of peak mental performance. Remember, every meal is an opportunity to nourish your brain. Every bite is a chance to fuel your cognitive function. So starting today, I want you to approach your diet with intention. Ask yourself before each meal, is this feeding my brain or is it starving it? Habit 4, physical inactivity. Now let's move on to a habit that's not just destroying your body, but also your brain, physical inactivity. In our increasingly sedentary world, many of us spend hours each day sitting at our desks, in our cars, on our couch. But this lack of movement is having a devastating effect on our cognitive function. You see, your brain isn't just in your head. It's intimately connected to your body. And when your body moves, your brain grooves. Physical activity increases blood flow to your brain, delivering the oxygen and nutrients it needs to function up. It stimulates the production of growth factors that help create new brain cells and forge new neural connections. But when you're physically inactive, you're depriving your brain of these crucial benefits. You're essentially letting your cognitive abilities atrophy. Studies have shown that sedentary is linked to a higher risk of cognitive decline and dementia as we age. Moreover, physical inactivity often goes hand in hand with obesity, which is another major risk factor for cognitive impairment. Excess body fat can lead to inflammation throughout the body, including in the brain, which can impair cognition. So, how do we break free from this destructive habit? It starts with recognizing that movement is medicine for your mind. You don't need to become a marathon runner or a gym fanatic. Small, consistent steps can make a big difference. Start by incorporating more movement into your daily routine. Take regular breaks from sitting. Stand up and stretch every hour. Take a short walk during your lunch break. Use the stairs instead of the elevator. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise each week. This could be brisk walking, cycling, swimming, or any activity that gets your heart rate up. And don't forget about strength training. Building muscle mass is not just good for your body, it's also beneficial for your brain. But here's the key. Find activities you enjoy. Exercise shouldn't feel like a chore. It should be something you look forward to. Maybe it's dancing or gardening or playing a sport. The best exercise is the one you'll actually do consistently. And remember, it's never too late to start. Your brain has an incredible ability to adapt and change even as you age. So whether you're 25 or 75, you can start reaping the cognitive benefits of physical activity today. I want you to make a commitment right now. Decide on one way you're going to incorporate more movement into your day starting today. Maybe it's a 10-minute walk after dinner. Maybe it's doing some stretches when you wake up in the morning. Whatever it is, commit to it. Your brain will thank you. Habit 5, information overload and constant distraction. In this digital age, we're facing a challenge our ancestors never had to deal with: information overload and constant distraction. We're bombarded with information from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep. Our phones buzz incessantly with notifications. Our inboxes are flooded with emails. We jump from task to task, never fully focusing on any one thing. This habit of constant distraction and multitasking is wreaking havoc on our brains. You see, contrary to popular belief, the human brain is not designed to multitask. When you think you're multitasking, what you're actually doing is rapidly switching your attention from one task to another. And each of these switches comes at a cognitive cost. This constant task switching exhausts your brain, depletes your mental energy, and reduces your ability to focus deeply on any one task. It's like trying to drive a car while constantly changing gears. You'll burn out your engine and you won't get very far. Moreover, this habit of constant distraction is rewiring our brains to crave more distraction. We're training our minds to have shorter and shorter attention spans. We're losing our ability to engage in deep, focused work, the kind of work that leads to real creativity and innovation. And let's talk about the addictive nature of information consumption. In our quest to stay informed and connected, many of us have developed a compulsive need to constantly check our devices. This habit triggers the release of dopamine in our brains, the same neurotransmitter involved in addiction. We're essentially becoming addicted to distraction. So, how do we break free from this destructive habit? It starts with recognizing the value of focused attention. Deep, uninterrupted focus is a superpower in today's distracted world. It's what allows you to produce your best work, to solve complex problems, to be truly creative. Start by creating periods of focused work in your day. Use techniques like the Pomodoro method, 25 minutes of focused work followed by a 5-minute break. During these focus periods, eliminate all distractions. Turn off notifications on your phone and computer. Close unnecessary tabs on your browser. Practice single tasking. Give your full attention to one task at a time. You'll find that not only will you complete tasks more quickly and effectively, but you'll also enjoy them more. Imminent. Your information intake. You don't need to know everything that's happening in the world at every moment. Choose a few reliable sources of information and set specific times to check them rather than constantly scrolling through news feeds. And perhaps most importantly, learn to embrace boredom. In our stimulation-rich world, we've lost the ability to simply be with our thoughts. But it's in these moments of quiet reflection that some of our best ideas emerge. So, resist the urge to reach for your phone every time you have a free moment. Instead, let your mind wander. You might be surprised at where it takes you. Remember, your attention is your most valuable resource. Guard it fiercely. Be intentional about where you direct it. Because where your attention goes, your life follows. Habit 6, neglecting mental stimulation. Now, let's talk about a habit that's subtly eroding your cognitive abilities. Neglecting mental stimulation. In our busy lives, it's easy to fall into routines that don't challenge our minds. We go through our days on autopilot, doing the same tasks, thinking the same thoughts, rarely pushing ourselves out of our mental comfort zones. But here's the truth. Your brain thrives on novelty and challenge. It's designed to learn, to grow, to adapt. When you don't provide it with adequate mental stimulation, it begins to atrophy. It's like a muscle that's not being exercised. It weakens over time. This habit of mental stagnation can lead to a decline in cognitive function as we age. It can reduce our ability to think creatively, to solve problems effectively, and to adapt to new situations. In essence, it's limiting our potential and our ability to fully engage with life. So, how do we break free from this destructive habit? It starts with recognizing that learning isn't just for students. It's a lifelong process that's crucial for maintaining cognitive health and vitality. Start by cultivating a growth mindset. Embrace challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. When you encounter something difficult, instead of shying away from it, lean into it. Remember, every time you push through a mental challenge, you're strengthening your cognitive abilities. Make a commitment to lifelong learning. This doesn't mean you need to go back to school or take formal classes, although those are great options if they appeal to you. There are countless ways to stimulate your mind. Read regularly. Books are like gyms for your mind. They expose you to new ideas, expand your vocabulary, and improve your ability to focus. Try to read a variety of genres to expose yourself to different ways of thinking. Learn a new skill. Whether it's a new language, a musical instrument, or craft, the process of acquiring a new skill creates new neural pathways in your brain. It improves your cognitive flexibility and keeps your mind sharp. Play strategy games. Chess, puzzles, Sudoku. These games challenge your brain to think strategically and solve problems. They improve your working memory and your ability to plan ahead. Engage in meaningful conversations. Discuss ideas. Debate respectfully. Seek out perspectives different from your own. These interactions stimulate your mind and broaden your understanding of the world. Write regularly. Whether it's journaling, creative writing, or even just articulating your thoughts in writing, this activity engages multiple cognitive processes and can improve your ability to express yourself clearly. Practice mindfulness and meditation. These practices not only reduce stress, but also improve your ability to focus and can even increase gray matter in your brain. Step out of your comfort zone regularly. Try new experiences, visit new places, meet new people. These novel experiences create new neural connections and keep your brain adaptable. Remember, mental stimulation isn't about constantly consuming information. It's about actively engaging your mind, challenging your assumptions, and pushing the boundaries of your knowledge and skills. I want you to make a commitment right now. Choose one new mentally stimulating activity to incorporate into your life this week. Maybe it's starting a new book, signing up for an online course, or committing to solving a puzzle every day. Whatever it is, commit to it. Your brain will thank you. Habit 7, ignoring emotional and social health. Finally, let's address a habit that many of us overlook when it comes to brain health: ignoring our emotional and social well-being. In our pursuit of success and productivity, we often neglect the vital role that emotional health and social connections play in maintaining cognitive function. You see, your brain doesn't operate in isolation. It's intricately connected to your emotions and your social environment. When you ignore your emotional health or isolate yourself socially, you're not just affecting your mood, you're actively harming your brain. Chronic negative emotions like stress, anxiety, and depression can have a profound impact on your brain structure and function. These emotions trigger the release of stress hormones that, over time, can damage brain cells, impair memory, and even shrink certain areas of the brain responsible for learning and emotional regulation. Moreover, loneliness and social isolation have been linked to an increased risk of cognitive decline and dementia. Humans are inherently social creatures, and our brains are wired for connection. When we lack meaningful social interactions, our cognitive abilities suffer. So, how do we break free from this destructive habit? It starts with recognizing that emotional and social health are not luxuries. They're necessities for optimal breakthrough. First, prioritize your emotional well-being. Learn to recognize and manage your emotions effectively. This might involve practicing mindfulness, keeping a gratitude journal, or seeking professional help if you're struggling with persistent negative emotions. Develop healthy coping mechanisms for stress. This could be through regular exercise, meditation, or engaging in hobbies you enjoy. Remember, it's not about eliminating stress entirely, which is impossible, but about managing it effectively. Take time for activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Positive emotions aren't just good for your mood. They actually promote brain health by reducing inflammation and promoting the growth of new neural connections. Next, focus on nurturing your social connections. Make an effort to maintain and deepen your relationships with family and friends. Regular social interactions provide mental stimulation, emotional support, and can even boost your immunity. Joining clubs or groups related to your interests. This not only provides social interaction, but also combines it with mental stimulation. A powerful combination for brain health. Practice active listening and empathy in your interactions with others. These skills not only improve your relationships, but also provide a workout for your brain, enhancing your cognitive flexibility and emotional intelligence. Don't underestimate the power of physical touch. Hugs, handshakes, and other forms of appropriate physical contact release oxytocin, a hormone that reduces stress and promotes bonding. Remember, quality is more important than quantity when it comes to social connections. A few deep, meaningful relationships can have a more positive impact on your brain health than numerous superficial ones. If you're feeling socially isolated, consider volunteering. Helping others not only provides social interaction, but also gives you a sense of purpose, which is crucial for mental well-being. Now, I want to address something that's become increasingly prevalent in our modern world. The illusion of connection through technology. While digital platforms can be valuable tools for staying in touch, they're not a substitute for real-world, face-to-face interactions. In fact, excessive use of technology, particularly social media, can sometimes exacerbate feelings of loneliness and inadequacy. It can also contribute to information overload and constant distraction, which we discussed earlier as another habit that's harmful to your brain. So, while it's fine to use technology to supplement your social life, make sure it's not replacing real-world connections. Make an effort to have regular face-to-face interactions, even if it's just a quick coffee with a friend or a family dinner. The other aspect of emotional health that's crucial for brain function is sleep. We touched on this earlier when discussing chronic sleep deprivation, but it's worth emphasizing again in the context of emotional well-being. Sleep doesn't just make you tired. It can significantly impact your mood, making you more prone to stress, anxiety, and depression. Establish a regular sleep schedule and create a relaxing bedtime routine. This might include reading a book, taking a warm bath, or practicing gentle stretches or yoga. Avoid screens for at least an hour before bed, as the blue light emitted can interfere with your sleep-wake cycle. Now let's talk about the power of purpose. Having a sense of purpose in life. Whether it's through your career, your relationships, your hobbies, or your spiritual beliefs can have a profound impact on your brain health. It provides motivation, reduces stress, and gives you a reason to engage fully with life. If you're feeling a lack of purpose, take some time for self-reflection. What are your values? What activities make you lose track of time? What changes would you like to see in the world? The answers to these questions can guide you towards finding your purpose. Remember, purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It can be as simple as being the best parent you can be, creating beauty through art or music, or making a positive difference in your local community. What matters is that it resonates with you and gives your life meaning. Another crucial aspect of emotional health is self-compassion. Many of us are our own harshest critics, constantly berating ourselves for our mistakes or perceived shortcomings. But this negative self-talk can be incredibly damaging to our emotional well-being and by extension our brain health. Practice treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a good friend. Recognize that making mistakes and facing challenges are part of the human experience. Instead of beating yourself up over them, view them as opportunities for growth and learning. Mindfulness can be a powerful tool in developing self-compassion. It helps you become aware of your thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing you to respond to them in a more balanced and compassionate way. Now let's address the importance of managing chronic stress. While we touched on this earlier, it's worth delving deeper into strategies for long-term stress management. One powerful technique is reframing. This involves changing the way you think about stressful situations. Instead of seeing them as threats, try to view them as challenges or opportunities for growth. This shift in perspective can significantly reduce the harmful effects of stress on your brain. Another effective strategy is setting boundaries. In our always-on hyper-connected world, it's easy to feel like we need to be available 24/7. But this constant state of readiness can lead to chronic stress. Learn to set